Hi everyone, my name is Anita Ladhani. I'm a licensed clinical social worker and an energy practitioner. And this talk is really special to me. So, this is about comparing ourselves to other people, but there's so much more involved in this. So, we all do this inadvertently, right? We don't mean to, but we can't help it. It's human nature. We compare ourselves to other people. We compare clothes, we compare, women do this. We look at women that are skinnier than us, we look at women that are more beautiful than us. Men, I think, do it more in terms of, what car they're driving, how successful someone is. And I think we all compare not just ourselves, but then we compare our kids, right? We compare, oh, well, his child is going to this college, but my child is not. Or his child got, is involved in this and got this straight A's. My child is not. And what do we do when we compare? There's a beautiful speech by our spiritual leader, and it says, there'll always be people who are more successful than you. There'll always be people who have more than you, and there'll always be people who have less than you, right? Look at the people who have less than you and go to a state of gratitude. And I'm paraphrasing, of course, instead of going to a place of comparison and then feeling lack and then getting into a state of, feeling envious. Envy is such a useless emotion, but I know that it's a common emotion. So I think, sure, we compare things, but I think that, let's look at your own unique gift. So I'm going to blend a couple of topics here, but let's look at your own unique gift, right? There's no one else on the planet, in the world, just like you. Even identical twins are not identical. They've done studies after studies on this. You have your own unique gifts. You have your own unique set of whatever it is that you're bringing into the world. You have your life experiences that only you have walked through, that are here to now serve you, right? So whatever your unique gifts are, celebrate that, own that. Instead of getting lost in comparing, where I can't do this. Sure, I will never be a doctor because I'm just not interested in science, in the medical science. I'm amazed and in awe of the people that I work with. I will never be an accountant because I'm horrible at math and I'm horrible with numbers. There are just some things I will not do, but it's okay because there's some things that I do really, really well. So instead of sitting here and complaining and feeling, sorry for myself or getting, mad at myself or hating myself, the worst thing ever, for not being able to do certain things, why don't I instead own what is it that I can do? What is it that I am good at? What is it that I do contribute, right? Because my unique set of gifts are something that I only that's me. That's me. God has given me certain gifts, so own those. There's no one else in the world like that. And when you're part of a team, no matter where you are, right? We always have this, again, like I said, it's human nature to want to compare. So we have this thing where we compare ourselves to other people, or we judge. We say, well, they're not working as hard as I am, or, what have you. And what I want to suggest to you is the analogy of a bicycle, right? So everyone has seen a bicycle or a tricycle, right? Now, what part of the bicycle is the most important, right? Now, maybe some will say the wheels are most important because without the wheels, you can't go anywhere. But then somebody else might say, well, the chain that connects the two wheels together and gets it flowing is more important because without the chain, the two wheels would not move in alignment. Someone else might say, well, the handle is important because without the handle, which direction would you go and how would you ride it, right? Or someone said, well, the handle's not important. You can just have, the pedal's important because without the pedal, how would you go? Some might say, well, it's maybe the oil that you put on the chain that connects the pedal, the two tires together, that's more important. My point is, every part of that bicycle serves a function, right? Every part plays an important role. Without that piece, as insignificant, even if it's one little screw, that is holding the wheel in. You know, we've all heard that the story about, you know, King Dashratha in Mahabharata, right? This is Indian, you know, Hindu mythology, religion, whatever you want to call it, where it's the one wheel where, you know, this King Dashratha, I think that's his name, is in battle, and one little wheel is, you know, one little screw comes undone, and he's in battle, and one of his young wives is on the chariot with him, and she sticks her finger in place in lieu of the screw, which basically prevents the chariot from falling apart, which then enables the king to win the war. And he was so happy that he basically says, you know, I'm completely going off topic, but the point is, one little screw was so important, because without that, the whole chariot will have fallen apart. Just like one little screw, one piece, every part on that bicycle is important, just like you're important in wherever you are. So you may say, well, I'm just a stay-at-home mom. What value do I bring? Or you might say, well, I'm just a grandma. I'm just retired. What value do I bring? And what I want to tell you is that wherever you are important. Wherever you are, you matter. You value. There's a reason you are where you are. I completely 100% believe that. There's a reason you are where you are. And whatever it is you're doing, do it as a gift of service. Do it in the name of God. Do it as a way of being in service, right? So service, seva, however you want to put it. So let me explain that concept, right? So to me, the whole idea of life is to, you know, live life to learn about God's creation and to serve God's creation. So I'm always about, you know, empowering yourself. I'm always about learning, you know, more and more. If I can't, you know, if I'm at work, I'm listening to, you know, TED Talks, or I'm listening to different, you know, sermons, or I'm listening to educational videos. If I'm home, I'm reading, right? I'm always trying to engage and learn more and more. And of course, when I'm out, I'm always involved. But then, no matter where I am, the goal is always to be of service. So sure, I'm just a simple little social worker in an emergency room, right? And I could just dismiss it as that. But to me, every one of us, from my role as a social worker in the emergency room, to the house cleaning, you know, the housekeeping people who clean out the garbages and take care of, you know, the bathrooms and make sure the linens go, the people who are doing the laundry, the nurses, the doctors, the child life people, every one of us serves a very important function, because we are there and it's an opportunity to be of service. So whether you're at home cleaning and cooking and raising kids and you're going, oh, what do I have to do? But the fact that you are doing that, do it as an offering of service, right? So, for example, the fact that you're home, you're cooking and you're cleaning, you're doing that because you are creating an environment that this family, your kids, your husband, your grandkids, whatever it is, are coming in. So when you're cooking the food, bless the food with the intention that it would nurture and it will serve, you know, whoever's eating it, it will bless them and it will nourish them. If you're doing anything, no matter what you're doing, do it as an act with the intention to serve. Remember, people, your intention dictates your karma, dictates everything. It dictates the energy you put out there, and it dictates the energy that comes back. It's your intention. So again, are you doing something because you want someone to say, oh, she's so awesome? Or are you doing something just to be of service to somebody else? Irregardless of the compliments, irregardless, right? Because I truly, again, like I said, I believe that everybody has an opportunity to be of service. Use your life as a way of serving, no matter where you are. So whether you're an actual waiter in the restaurant, do it with a smile, do it with a joyful, do it with joy. Whether you're cleaning bathrooms, or whether you're picking up, folding laundry, or whether you're an executive, of a company, or whether you're wherever, it doesn't matter which environment you work in. Show up with the intention to be of service. Now, I know that's a very strange concept for some of you. You're going, well, how can I be of service in the corporate world? Again, it's your intention, right? Go with integrity. Go with how can I best serve the client? How can I best make this a positive, nurturing environment for the client, for my staff? And if you approach life, if you approach all your projects with that, first of all, several things happen. Number one, you own who you are. You own the God-given gifts that, God has given you. And you say thank you. And then you use everything you have within you as a way to serve. We have this thing in Ismailis that we say, when you do seva is service. You do it with tan, man, and dhan, right? Tan is your physical body. Man is your heart. And dhan is your wealth. So you have an opportunity of being of service with every inch of your physical being. But then if your heart isn't in the right place, then you're just going through the motions, right? So make sure your heart is aligned. Make sure your heart is aligned and you're serving with the right intention, whatever it is that, you're doing. So again, comparing is absolutely useless. So stop comparing yourself, because you're never going to win that one. And God didn't make, if God wanted everyone to be the same, then he would have made everyone the same, right? But he didn't. He made all of us unique and different and beautiful. So let's own that, people. And let's say thank you for making me this amazing, amazing person with all my flaws. And then again, do the best you can to learn and improve your flaws, but use the gifts you have. And I promise you, each and every one of you has gifts. Use your gifts to be of service. And remember, everyone is an important part of the team. So whether you just think you're a stay-at-home mom, you serve a very important function. Whether you feel like you're, you are important, just like the little screw in a bicycle, because without that screw, the bicycle starts to fall apart. So I hope this made sense. I hope this was helpful. And as always, love and light and take care. God bless. Bye-bye.